view on,
Yes.
I know you have spoken very much extensively about the recent proclamation of a state of emergency declared by President Bola Tinubu, and also suspending Governor Siminalayi Fubara, that's the executive now, and the State House of Assembly. If you were president, you know, you have contested twice now, if you were president, how would you have managed the situation? Would it have been different from the way it's been handled now? Because the presidency, or President Bola Tinubu, says there was clear and present danger to national security, especially oil installations, which, you know, it's the lifeline of the economy.
When the Speaker of Lagos came back from abroad after he was removed and went and broke into the State Assembly, why didn't the President declare a state of emergency in Lagos?
But the scenario, they're not.
How's it different? Was that not a threat to
similar.
Security in their almighty Lagos, where
No,
they
we're
want
talking
peace all
about
the
blowing
time?
up oil pipelines.
Who told you? Who was found to have blown up the pipeline?
Security reports.
Which security report? Can we see it?
Well, these are classified, and you know.
No, they are not supposed to be classified, because transparently the public should know. But I'll come to it. There's no way I will be president of Nigeria and I'll be declaring a state of emergency
What would you have done?
so as to cede a state to a special interest, a minister in my government. I would have fired the minister. If you're a minister of the Federal Capital Territory and you're supposed to go to work every day and you're not satisfied with your position to the point that you still want to retain a state where you used to be former governor, I will fire you as my minister so that you can concentrate on looking for, you know, was crumbs. I want to bring another Yoruba parlance word, but there's an English version of it that, you know, you cannot be carrying an elephant on your head and be using your toes to be searching for crickets. That is what it is. But what has happened in Rivers State, let's put it what it is not about any godfatherism. It is how Nigeria is experiencing what is known as state capture, where you bring the judiciary, the legislative arm and the executive, without any checks and balances, just decided that, look, we can get away with anything, and then you go after some of the most, you know, luxurious states in it, and because Rivers is definitely not poor for political reasons.
And maybe that's why it was important for the president to declare a state of emergency. Because he also says his action is backed by the Constitution.
Which Constitution?
Section 305.
This is why I don't discuss the Nigerian Constitution, because I don't believe in it. It's a fraudulent document created by the military.
And maybe until we have a better constitution, for now the current constitution could justify his action.
No, we don't have to have a, you know, see, Tinubu was a supposedly former pro-democracy activist. And I am getting the feeling that all the time they claimed they were fighting against the military, they were actually envying, you know, the dictatorial nature of the military leaders at that time. I guess that's why they all ended up smiling, laughing, and having a great time at Babangida's book launch, because they have always wanted to be like him. That's what I saw there. Otherwise, who is in charge of national security? Is it the governor or the president? So if they are blowing up pipelines, you declare a state of emergency. So what happened to Zamfara State, where they have been blowing up human bodies? What's happening in Borno, where they've been blowing people up every day, suicide bombers? What's happening with all the kidnappings that is going on? If you look at the preponderance of security problems across Nigeria, do you know where we should be declaring a state of emergency? Across Nigeria, the whole country should be under a state of emergency. And if your logic is sound, then the president should be asked to step down, the vice president.
And who will be in charge?
I can handle Nigeria for a little bit and make things work.
All right, then, before we go, I would like to ask you this. I see you in court. I see videos of you in court every time Nnamdi Kanu appears in court. And his case has lingered for too long and so long. Shouldn't we be talking about a political solution now to resolve all of these and probably give closure to the people of the Southeast and maybe peace too?
You know, one thing I find very difficult to understand is why, no matter who is occupying position of power, something is always absent all the time. And that's part of why we are discussing this River State. It's like there's absence of common sense on the corridors of power. I think because there are just too many sycophants in Nigeria. The Kanu situation didn't need to last one day longer than the day Buhari left. Kanu was Buhari's personal prisoner because those people, the Buharis of this world, believe that Nigeria is a real estate that must be held together, it must be united. But you would think that people who claim they have broad minds about what Nigeria is, the diversity of Nigeria, the crisis, is the first person they would have done. The first person they would have let go is Nnamdi Kanu, because didn't we let go Sunday Igboho? Are we not? Have we burned down Yoruba land? Before Buhari left, I was one of the people fighting for Ezaki. The argument by those who were opposed to his release was that if he comes, he will burn down Kaduna. Ezaki has been out of jail now for how long? He doesn't even have time for Nigeria. He has become an international ambassador for Nigeria. He goes to Lebanon, Iran. I've seen him in Iraq. He has not had time to even rebuild his area base. That shows to you that what of some of the fear-mongering that happens on the corridors of power is driven by unreasonableness, and that is why I just want to say, look, eventually they are going to resolve the issue politically. Because the political issue is a self-determination matter. There's no court of law that can resolve Kanu's matter. Even if he's found guilty by their own standards, it's still going to be he's a political prisoner forever.
Some people have also said that there are also some political interests, even from his region, who do not want him to be free.
We know that, because I was earlier in, I think, 2023, I was part of some conversation to release him. And what came straight was from Imo State, that he can't be released before the election in Imo State, that he will affect them. And after that, everybody kept coming and said, don't release him, and here we are. All
right, we have to go now. I must thank you very much for your time on the program. Omoyele Sowore, politician and human rights activist. Well, that's our package on the program this week. Do not forget, you can see this episode again on TVC News YouTube channel. Thank you very much for watching. See you next time.